here we go again. US stocks dropped sharply on global worries. The Dow Jones plunged over 400 points today, with the S&P down 4.46%, Nasdaq down 5.22%, and the Q's down 4.91%. This is huge. Fear is definitely back on the markets. So I want you to be really aware of it and just play smart in that environment. But anyways, welcome back, my friends. Carolina Lizan here, a graduate student of the Grok Trade Mentoring Program. It is Thursday, August 18th of 2011, and we are looking at the Q's daily chart as we always do. And I'm getting ready to show you some fun stuff in here with our technical analysis. So let's do it. Let's get into the meat of things and let's analyze this chart. Or pretty chart. That's what I wanted to say. But anyways, yeah, let's take a look at our chart to see what we see here happening on our pretty chart. So as you can see, we broke out of the high base formation on our chart that we were talking about for quite a while in here, and even I mentioned it to you yesterday. So we were waiting for a breakout one way or the other, and that's what we saw here today. We are dropping big time on the markets today, opening lower, way below the low of 52.88, which was our low that we needed to really pay close attention to, as well as below the 8 moving average, which is sitting at the 52.92 mark. So we are way below both areas of resistance. So we are back in a bearish territory according to the 8 moving average. And also check this out. Look at the MACD confirming that down move. It's pointing south again. It's turning south. It's turning down, pointing lower. We are still below the zero line on the MACD, which means that we are still in a bearish territory and we're pointing south. That is a pretty good confirmation. And look at this. Look at the volume. We've had some increase in volume in here on this down day today, but it's not really significant. It's higher. It's much higher than our previous bars that we see here on this chart, and it's way above the average, but it's still smaller and much smaller and lower than the ones that we've had back here. So, it's a huge difference. It's not a really impressive volume. It's not really, really high, but I just still consider it high because it's way higher than the previous bars, as well as it's still above the average. So I would just say it's pretty high, but it's not as high as it used to be. That's the difference. But anyways, yeah. So what we need to pay really close attention to tomorrow is, take a note of this right now. I'm going to show you the low of August 9th, which was at the 49.93 mark. So put your trend line over the low of 49.93 and watch it really closely if we ever get close to it, because this low is significant. Once we break through it and then close below it, we would be in trouble big time, because then once this area of support is broken, and then if we break through it and then close below it, we could head all the way down to that next area of support on our way down, which is at the 48.82 mark about. And then once we break through that one and continue lower, the next area of support is way below the 48.82, and it's sitting right at the 46.95 mark. So that is huge. That's pretty far away. It seems really far away, but we could get there. But watch the low of 49.93 pretty closely here tomorrow if we ever get close to it, and pay close attention to it. And the other thing that I see here is that we finally have that lower swing high formed on our chart. So that's what we have here. We formed a lower swing high, which means that we are still heading down. We are still in a downtrend, continuing lower. So that is significant. We are still in a downtrend, continuing lower. Remember that. But we could have a little bit of a bounce, that's for sure. It's possible that we could get one because we still have that unfilled gap right here. And remember, most gaps fill. So that's what we could see. here pretty soon, but that is just put it on your radar and just watch it carefully to see if we're ever gonna get a bounce and if we will ever try to fill it before we head lower. All right, yeah, so that's what we have here, and that's what I see here today. Hope it helps you. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.